What's going on, guys? This is a quarterfinal matchup from the ITW Rome 2 tournament, and we have Biyishun and RTK Thai, or Taj, I'm not really sure how to say it, here. And this is game 1 of best of 3, and it's actually one of the first games that was played after the recent patch for Rome 2, which actually had a lot of effects, and we'll go into that as the game continues. So it's the first game of the best of 3, as I said, and Biyishun has Boii and Thai has Kush. So kind of a matchup between a OG faction in the Boii and a new faction from the African DLC in Kush. The African factions have been actually pretty good. So we can go over the Boii build first here, and we have, looks like 4 Celtic Slingers, probably a couple Oathsworn in the middle here. Yeah, 3 Oathsworn, 4 Oathsworn. Looks like 4 Levy Free, 4 Heavy Horse, and 1 Light Horse. So pretty classic build for Boii. Not a lot of infantry though. Oh, there are some naked warriors here. So a couple, and also a spear warrior. So only 4 melee infantry, and also this 1 light infantry. But there are a lot of spears. Got the 4 Levy Free and 1 spear warrior, and an extra cavalry unit as well. Not just the 4 regular heavy horse that you would expect, and also 4 Celtic Slingers, which could be helpful. Doing a little bit of skirmishing now for the Kush army here. We have a Kushite Royal Guard here, quite a good melee cav unit. Will obviously be better than the heavy horse. These guys have spears, yeah they do, so they'll be good. Armored Desert Cav, Armored Desert Cav, Armored Desert Cav. 1 Chariot, which is very interesting. Desert Chariots here. Not sure how good these guys are. They do have javelins, so I think they're more like the Iceni chariots, but they do have the size here, so they could be pretty deadly. Just depends how they get used. Obviously, they can't get javelin very much, or they will just die. We have some Kushite slave infantry, Kushite slave spears, Nubian spears probably. I don't know, more Kushite slave spears here, and some Nubian spears. So I think it's like 4 or 5 Kushite slave spears and 2 Nubians, a couple of Kushite slave infantry. And then, of course, the obligatory 4 Disciples of Epidemic here. Insane unit. Probably the best infantry unit in the game. I mean, obviously they are light, so if they get charged or they get shot, they're not so good. And man, if these guys get a charge, they're literally like cataphracts. Like, it's crazy. 60 charge bonus on an infantry unit. Basically just be illegal. They have 15 bonus versus infantry. So yeah, these guys will absolutely ruin your day if they get into battle. But of course, you can see they are a target, and these Celtic Slingers are smartly just targeting them down. There are also some Slave Slingers on the field, but only 3, looks like, so there will be a skirmishing advantage for Boii. But it's all going to come down to really, can Boii get the correct counters to these Disciples? Now, anyway, I was going to talk quickly about the patch. So basically, you can't have any infantry. There's no spaghetti lines. Infantry has to be in 4 ranks or 4 or more ranks. You can't. Archers can still be these kind of long lines. But your infantry units have to be in these kind of thick formations. It actually really affects things like, for example, charge bonus. Because you think about it, if you have a spaghetti line with 2 ranks, most of these guys are going to get into combat immediately. Whereas if you have 4 ranks, the back like 2 or 3 ranks aren't going to get into battle, so their charge bonus won't be applied. Since charge bonus only lasts for like 10-15 seconds. So that's a big change. Now you can see these spears are just going to block the charge of these guys, and then these Disciples of Epidemic will get a great charge here. Slingers are doing a good job firing here, trying to focus the infantry. Now Disciples getting a good charge into these guys. Obviously these Kushite slave spearmen are just sacrificed to the Kush gods, just to let these Disciples do any good. And I mean, Oathsworn, yeah, Oathsworn used to be great, but the Disciples are kind of like the new wave, and they will absolutely ruin your Oathsworn. These Oathsworn will get a charge, but if the Disciples get a charge at all, they will win the battle. I mean, like, there's nothing to say except for that. This Kushite Royal Guard trying to get through the gap here, and could be able to flank through this gap here. Naked Swords could get a charge into the Disciples, but you can see it. These actually a pretty close battle here. Maybe they can get a good charge. Chariot's still yet to be activated, and now the General might die here. He's going to isolate it. There's Levy Free on the flank. Over here, it's kind of delaying actions. A lot of spears on the field here. This is just Kushite slave infantry, so this is kind of a side battle to the main play. These Slingers could be getting great flanking shots to the Disciples, but look how much they're doing. They have literally killed 30 Oathsworn for 10 casualties, so they're doing a great job. And no unit used to be able to do that to Oathsworn, by the way. Like so. And you can see this mainline Oathsworn 3 versus 3, no chance. Oathsworn absolutely getting destroyed. However, these slingers are going to be doing a great job. This slinger fire into the flank is, or actually the back, is going to be really helpful. And now Oathsworn probably pop that shield wall here. Will help them last. And now the general is dying here. The Kush roll guard, and if he dies, and these heavy horse can rear charge. Rear charges, any type of charges against the Kushite disciples there are very deadly. And that'll be really helpful. And now the chariots are getting into the battle though. And these desert chariots, yeah, racking up 100 kills, a lot of them on slingers, but they will be doing some damage to the Oathsworn. That'll just help them finish off this battle very, very quickly. And over here, this Oathsworn is also dying to the disciples. The Kushite Rear Guard is kind of losing this fight, I would expect. Actually, yeah, they are going to lose this fight, but, I mean, the Boii units are just probably the general just died. Yeah, you can just tell, because as soon as the general dies for Boii, everyone's going to have a massive chain rout here. And now with these 4 disciples and the slingers almost all gone, there's nothing that can stop them. The units back here to come back from rallying. That is victory for RTK tie in that one. Actually, it looks like a crash, or maybe he admitted defeat. I think I heard Ty say something about a crash. Obviously, Kush was going to win that battle. There's nothing Boii could do there at all. So that battle will go. Unfortunately, we can't see kills because of that, which is unfortunate. But I think I can kind of explain it for you. The disciples had a lot of kills. They ruined the Oathsworn. And that's pretty much all that needs to be said there. I mean, the Cav was kind of winning for Boii, but they did lose quite a few Cav. They only had about 2 heavy hordes left, and only about 2 slingers, and a couple spears after that mainline fight happened. So yeah, that is definitely going to be a win for Ty. And now, in the second game here, looks like Ty has brought Boii, and Biyishun has Rome, so this is a kind of OG game as well. But actually, after the patch, I do expect Rome to be a little bit better than they were against the Barbarians. Obviously, Rome was always pretty good against Barbarians, but now the charge is kind of nerfed, which is kind of like the main thing for the Barbarians, right? So Romans might have a slightly better situation going for them, as they will suffer slightly less on the charge, which is obviously going to be quite helpful. So let's go through the builds here. Sorry, looks like we got 4 heavy horse, 4 Celtic slingers, 4 levy freemen. Now he's got to check the infantry here. Looks like 4 Oathsworn and only 2 sword followers. Yeah, 6 infantry. So this is like, you know, classic Boii build, very strong. You've got your 4 meat shields, your 4 slingers, just counter enemy slingers basically, and then your 4 cavalry, and your levy freemen can obviously throw their precursors and help in the cav fight. And then 4 Oathsworn and 2 sword followers is a very strong sword contingent that Rome will have trouble beating even with that value. Now for the Roman build, yeah, Balearic slingers here. So 2 Balearics and the levies. Not really sure what the levies can do. You could get like flanking javelin volleys into the Oathsworn, which would be very nice. Now we have some strong cav here. We have a Sakyekute and a Sakyekute Extraordinaria on another flank. These shock cav could be really helpful actually in kind of blunting the charge. They can get a charge into the Boii infantry and then follow it up with the Roman infantry. That can be very nice. We have a general and bodyguard here with rally and raise banner. So commander general, and then some meat shields here, Vigile, 4 Vigiles, and looks like 6 Roman infantry here, Avocadi, veteran legionnaires, and veteran legionnaires, so 4 Avocadi, 2 veteran legionnaires, so it's actually a quite similar build. Both sides are going to have 4 cav, and 6 melee infantry, and 4 meat shields. There is kind of a hill advantage here. I'm pretty sure RTK Ty shows Villainous here. And you can see there is quite a bit of a hill, and he's just going to perk up on this hill and get great slinger fire down his Roman units. Not really sure why he chooses to go around, because it does seem like the hill is bigger here than it is here. But the main differences are that Rome has maybe slightly better cav. I mean, Sakyekutes are worse than heavy horse, but these Extraordinaria would be very nice. Both have pretty even kind of meat shield units there. The Vigiles and these levy free are pretty much equal. Rome has far inferior infantry because 4 Oathsworn here will absolutely demolish these even the Avocadi and especially the veteran legionnaires. There are 2 Balearic slingers on the field and the levies. I'm not really sure what they will actually be doing. Like, will they have enough time is the question to kind of do damage to all these Oathsworn and stuff. Meanwhile, these Celtic slingers have already been doing quite a good job. Devaka's actually lost 30 men already, and that's a big loss. Meanwhile, these Balearic Slingers are just targeting the Slingers, but obviously killing the Slingers is not really going to be that helpful. We should definitely try to focus on maybe the Cav, or maybe an Oathsworn with those Balearics. These levies need to get closer to the fight, like they're not going to be doing anything, even if they're throwing javelins into the front, they're really not that helpful. They don't have, like, for example, 40 damage javelins, they have 29, so and you really need to getting flank shots or shots into Cav. Now this flanking maneuver with these Cav are going to be kind of nice, but there's only spears here, and these Oathsworn eat spears for any day of the week, pretty much. There are more Roman infantry on this flank, so he's kind of setting up a diversion with the spears here. He had like 3 spears, but it only takes 1 Oathsworn to just ruin all those spears, and then you can just trap the flank with the Oathsworn. One will have brief numerical superiority on this flank, but you can see Ty is doing a great job of just kiting with his Cav here. Is all of his Cav on this flank, which is kind of interesting. I mean, if I was the Roman player here, I would just bring my Cav and charge these Oathsworn and then follow up with infantry, and you would have a really successful fight. There's really nothing Rome can really do. Downhill fighting against Oathsworn with Abacati is just never good. He's winning this flank with just 1 unit here. Oh, he has some Gladiator Spearmen, I didn't notice that. Gladiator Spearmen are great against Cav, they really are. The question though is, will they be able to help against the infantry once the Roman infantry is demolished, which it will be. You can see these shot Cav are just not very helpful. They're not getting the right charge. They need to be charging into this unit first, and then having these Abacati follow up, and then these guys will definitely die. You can see, once he gets these downhill charges, like this is just going to be devastating. And Romans fighting uphill, they don't want to be doing that really. Sword fighting in the middle, doing a great job. Haven't lost any men pretty much. Meanwhile, these Romans are dying. Balearic Slingers have done absolutely nothing. Yeah, they have 30 and 50 kills, but it's all against cheapy Slingers. Roman Cav finally getting his backlines. Needs to get a flank charge here, and this one Roman infantry unit here could get a flanking charge, but they're just not probably going to be too late here because these infantry are winning decisively. Over here, yeah, Oathsworn just crushed this Abacati. Downhill, getting the charge, 15 casualties, destroys the entire unit. Classic Oathsworn job there. These Socrates did get a good root charge into these sword followers, and that will allow these Abacati to win. Now they're just going to get javelined on by these levy free. They're just kind of containing. They know they can lose this one fight. I mean, that's a great job with Boii there from the levy free. Really ruining the day of these Socrates. 13 casualties on them. Another Gladiator Spearman over here. I didn't actually catch these guys, but I don't know what they're doing on this flank because all the Cav action is over here. Now this looks like Heavy Horse got into these Slingers, but the Roman General will try to duke it out there. These Gladiator Spearmen over here did do a great job, and they finished off these Heavy Horse, which is nice, but that's not really where the main action is going, and Rome really needs to try to win the center, but there's nothing they can really do. These Socrates have not been microed very well, and so they could just get a root charge here, or probably, ideally, they would go over here to help them win that fight. Levies are going to do a good job at 30 kills, mostly against Cav, which is great. Pretty cost effective, obviously, they're pretty cheap, and that's what they're there for, but again, the Roman player here needed to give more time for his Slingers to kind of focus on, for example, the enemy general, or for time for his cavalry to get around the flank with the Gladiator Spearmen, because the addition of the Gladiator Spearmen means that he could have just tried to kite the infantry battle and win the Cav fight on the flanks, and then come back and surround the barbarian infantry at the end. That would have probably been the best way. Because if you kite with your infantry, all that time your Balearics can get great focus fire on one of these units. If you just go and take the melee engagement at the start, it's never gonna be won. Because these Oaths were just too powerful. They had the hill advantage. I mean, so it was always gonna be really tough. At the same time, there are also 4 Celtic Slingers, so maybe Ty would just sat on the hill and fought the Slinger War, because 4 against 2, maybe your Slingers lose, but they're gonna kill a lot of men. So yeah, it was definitely Boii brought a very strong build here. I'm not really sure about the Roman build. When you can only bring 6 infantry, I think Rome should have probably bought a couple of Praetorians and tried to win it that way, because these Oathsworns kind of wrecked even the Abacati. He had enough supporting units with 4 levy free and 4 heavy horse and 4 slingers to just protect the infantry and let them win. So Ty will win the series 2-0, it seems. We can't look at the stats for this battle. Yeah, Oathsworn just slaughtering everybody, not losing any men. That's pretty much what you expect from them. Heavy horse did kind of get speed up, but the Roman Cav didn't have that much of an effect. Only 8 kills in the Soccer Extraordinaria, which you really need more. The Electric Slingers, yeah, they got a lot of kills, but you can see no Chevron, so they were probably just killing Slingers all the time. And that's obviously not good enough. Like, if they can kill the Slingers and then they're still alive in the late game, that's very nice, but they were just caught by the Heavy Hordes. And they're also focused by the Celtic Slingers. These Celtic Slingers only have 20 kills apiece, but actually their kills were probably more valuable because they were all on these epic colonies. You can see the Roman infantry just was absolutely slaughtered without doing anything. 83, 94, that's nice, but it's no 300, 100, 200 on these guys. Some of them with only 18 kills there, not very good. Vigilantes did fine, Levies did fine, Gladiator Spearmen did alright. This guy was fighting infantry, this guy was fighting cav, you can see the difference there. But overall, the Romans just didn't perform on any level really, and Tai was able to take advantage with the hill and did a very good build. So good game. Looks like Tai will advance to the semifinals, and good game to both players. Thanks for watching. See you next time.